Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Thanksgiving specialist. I love you, say it back. Turn me up. Yeah, buddy. Boys, how you doing?
What is up? What is up?
Man, what's up? What's up?
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for making us a part of whatever the hell it is you got going on. It is absolutely, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's my favorite holiday. Like, I'm not even sure it's all that close. Like, I love Thanksgiving so much, but glad you are with us, whatever it is. I know today's a crazy day. There's a lot of people running around doing last minute shopping. There's a lot of people just cooking at home. There's a lot of people just got us turned up in the background. Last year was really cool seeing the screenshot of people telling us like, hey, look, we're, in the middle of cooking, listening to the podcast, me and my mom and my aunts, and we're like just laughing. And it's just like, that's what it's all about. And that's why we want to do a brand new original. A lot of podcasts take this time off and they're like, listen to the best of. People don't give a fuck about the best of. People want new shit. People want new conversations. And I'm just happy that we can do that for you. So, and I want to thank you guys for coming in. And I know we're recording a little bit different early, but glad you guys are here for this one.
Appreciate you having us, brother.
What plan? So we're dropping this. So we're recording this Tuesday afternoon, and we are going to be dropping it Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Haven't decided. But what do you guys have planned for Thanksgiving? What does your Thanksgiving kind of look like?
Oh man, you already know what I'm gonna do. Like Vic said, this is my favorite holiday. It's the best holiday. We were talking about it earlier. It's because as a man, you don't got to do shit. I'm going to be in sweats, socks, slippers, long sleeve, hoodie, chilling on the couch, probably a beer or two.
What color sweats? Girls want to know.
The gray, the lingerie exclusives.
He's going to wear the gray sweats around his family.
Stay ready,
you see
sir.
this, Tia?
I got to get ready.
John, I'm just your step, Tia.
Hey, yo.
You're not my
Whoa.
No, but
And that's John's
I'm going to be watching football all day. So we're going to get into the football stuff later. But you sit back and relax on Thanksgiving as a man, but we do pay the price on Christmas. So that's when we come in and we got to empty out the wallet. So for this week though, we're chilling.
Yeah, same man. I'm gonna go play a little football in the morning with the boys, and then just like you said, just chill and watch everyone else cook. Wait for the food and watch football.
You doing turkey bowl?
So we're figuring out the last little pieces of the turkey bowl. So I guess by the time that this comes out, we'll know. But yeah, we're getting that figured out. I haven't done turkey bowl. I haven't not done turkey bowl in like 5-6 years. So that's definitely something. I was actually going to talk to Jesse about it tonight because that's he gets his team and then they play against our team and then that's how we make the whole thing happen.
Kind of physical
but
activity.
I let's. In my head, I'm doing turkey bowl. But if it doesn't happen, I'm waking up early. I'm gonna go for like a 10-mile run. Something I love. Something productive and early in the morning. And then you're watching football. You're drinking beer. You're eating. You're enjoying it, and it's one of the most beautiful things. Real quick before we get into the rest of the show, I want to remind you if you are listening on Spotify or Apple, please hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, get all the updates. Sometimes it's early. Sometimes it's football. Sometimes it's a regular podcast. So be sure to do that. Jump over to our YouTube page as well at Iowa Say It Back Pod. At Iowa Say It Back Pod on Instagram. I'm at Vic T Radio.
John Anthony XIX.
_sing 13, and make sure you guys share with everyone, man.
Share it, like
Please
it, send it to your people.
Everybody.
This is gonna be a fun podcast. As we were putting this one together, and I was just like, we were laughing so much as we do a little bit of behind the scenes here. We show up, and then there's usually about 35 to an hour and a half, depending on how it is, but of just us like bullshitting back and forth before we actually start recording. And I think that's a pivotal part of like, we can't just jump in and be like, hey, let's go. Beep. It just kind of gets us into the flow and the conversation flowing. And sometimes I think the stuff that's said off air is a lot better than the stuff.
Yeah, it's more uncensored off the cuff. So.
The boys get wild, but
Get it out the way.
I want to talk about that because, I think to an extent we all agree this is the best holiday. Talk about holiday traditions. Like because I could sit here and list all the things that I love about Thanksgiving. And I think this is why it's my perfect holiday. You get football. In my case, and in a lot of people's cases, you get some, even people who don't normally work out or run or do anything, they're doing something early in the morning. There's like the turkey, the 5K, or it's like, so everyone's grandma, they're walking it. It's like they're doing that. and it feels good. It gets a day going. It's like the family's there and everything's going. Yeah, the turkey run, and then it's like someone's running it in 6 hours.
Galloping
You're like,
gobbler.
It's gonna be Christmas by the time somebody finishes.
Corny ass name, the galloping gobbler, and then we're like
The gobbling 3K. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
and then,
yo.
and then they wear the outfits and everything, and it's just like, oh, you guys are so cute. But so I love the activity in the morning. I love the cooking. I know y'all say that you guys don't do anything. There's been times where I've cooked an entire like Thanksgiving meal, but I'll contribute with like biscuits or something. You know, I'll try to do something. If not, I just need to feel like
I'll make some popcorn.
Biscuits.
I just need to feel like
30 minutes in the oven.
Yeah, I turned the oven on for them.
I just don't want them to be like, Vic, you didn't do shit, which they don't. But so I love that aspect. And then you get into football. Football all day is just, it's almost like you have it as like background noise, and then you get locked in when it really matters. And it's just like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to step outside for a little bit, talk with my tios, talk with my family, talk with whatever. You always got the footballs, and there's always a game. I love how there's one at a time. There's the 10, the 1, the 5.
Yeah, man, that's the best thing they've done.
All day. And my Cowboys play every Thanksgiving. Yeah. Sometimes it's not the best because we're eating crow instead of turkey when we lose. But nonetheless, I love that we play every Thanksgiving. It's always something to look forward to. But when we do win, it's the day's even that much greater. So.
Yeah, it's like the only way to top it is like with a Steelers win or whoever your team is, and then the last part is it all builds up to like an amazing meal. Some people eat in the afternoon, some people eat at noon, some people eat in the morning. It's like, I don't give a damn when you eat, but it all eats. It's just amazing. What do you guys like? Those are the things. I think we'd all pretty much agree. But if there's anything you want to add to that, go ahead.
Yeah, no, for me, I think, like you said, I feel like everyone should do some kind of physical activity for Thanksgiving. Usually, it's some people do it. That's the only time to do it a year. They start talking about it. So for us, playing football, it used to be with all the family and everybody kind of started doing their own stuff. But one thing I like to do, I always go with my brother. So wherever I go, I take my brother. So, that's always cool for me. Even though we talk every day, so it's not like it's the one time I see him. But that, and then other than that, just kicking it with your family, man. Being with your family, eating, laughing, creating memories, especially when you got like nephews and stuff. So and then watching football. Obviously.
Yeah, and y'all gotta watch out for the Turkey Bowl because, like Pre said, you don't do no physical activity.
Oh yeah, people
all
year.
That's where everybody gets hurt.
And a lot of your boyfriends and husbands and nieces or nephews and uncles go out there and try to do their cuts like Jamar Chase, and they come back with a torn ACL. And I've seen it happen.
You want to see how I got down in high school, babe?
I've seen it happen, and now
Bring the crutches.
They're out of work for a couple months, so you gotta be careful.
Sometimes that's somebody's tradition. Some families got is a dude that always does something.
Someone
tears the ACL.
Now, let me ask you this because I feel like this is kind of an underrated part of the whole season, not just this specific day. But I love that there's like, you have like a short week. It's like, oh man, I only have to work 3 days. Some people only 2 days. Some people get the whole week off. But when you mentally check out, like at what point do you mentally check out of work where it's like, yeah, I'm just kind of going through the motions here. I'm just out here just scribbling and bullshit. And I think that's like such a sweet little luxury of like the whole season in itself.
The Friday before.
Yeah.
You already know. It's like, all right.
What's November?
What's next
Soon
week?
as
Oh,
holiday.
next week is Thanksgiving week.
I'm done.
This is the last Friday, pretty much. This is the last day. Of the month.
I think so many people mentally check out, and it's such a beautiful thing. You're in a little bit different situation because you have actual clients and everything.
Yeah, I think Monday is like, but you still, I mean, you guys see me tell you earlier, you still gotta fake it until
you're still
they'll get a
pushing
little
things
done,
forward, right? Like they say,
but
you're really
mentally though,
preparing for
you
next
check out. I think Monday, bro, just for holidays in general. As soon as November comes, end of November, you're like, all right, man, Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas. You kind of just mentally.
Let's get into
mentally check out.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's a beautiful thing. Like, I think it's part of the whole, like, it's like when you go on vacation and you're like, my vacation's in a week or two, and you're already like, there's no problem. That's too bad. You know why? Because I'm going to deal with this for a week. And then I got vacation. It's like a reward. There's a light at the end of the day. I think that's so part of it.
I feel like for us and where we work, it's pretty cool because like even the managers kind of, they're like, all right, they'll let you kind of get,
yeah,
they know what they know what it is, so they'll ease off a little bit as well. So I think that's pretty cool. Then there's places that are opposite. They're like, yo, no, I need you to get to it until the last minute.
All right, boys. When it comes to Thanksgiving food, I sent you guys each a list of most of the more popular ones. and I want you to create your perfect 5 Thanksgiving meal. Perfect 5 Thanksgiving. There's a lot of things that are traditional dishes that I just like. I could care less. Like you can remove it and never have it. I can never see it again, and I'll be totally okay. Who wants to go first? You guys want to go? We're gonna go your top 5 Thanksgiving foods. Go for it.
I don't mind. I'll go. For me, people. I don't know how people feel about turkey. I think it's overrated. Dry. It takes hours and hours to make. I don't care how you make it. I don't care if you put it underground. I don't care if you put it on the roof.
Yeah, I know motherfuckers are like, you haven't tried my deep pit that's been buried in oil for 17 hours.
You haven't tried
it's
mine.
Juicy.
I tied it to my truck and I drove around the town for 45 days straight. You just started? You're way behind. You got to try it. That shit tastes like dry cardboard every time. I don't care. But you have to have some turkey. I'd rather have like chicken or something, like fried chicken, something like that.
No doubt.
Yes. Obviously ham, mac and cheese, depending on how they make it. Something sweet, a pie or something like that. I like cheesecake too. Cheesecake is fire.
Man, I love cheesecake.
Cheesecake is my favorite. Rolls.
Okay, how about this? We'll go 5 traditional and then 1 dessert. We'll go that. So it doesn't cut into one of your 5.
Yeah, I'll go. I think you got to put. I mean, you have to put turkey up there just because for tradition. But if they can take out turkey and put like chicken or something, I'll do that. Mac and cheese, ham for sure. Mashed potato and gravy. You got to do rolls, and then stuffing is cool. I think stuffing sometimes is, but stuffing and like mashed potato and gravy and mac and cheese, they're all kind of like pretty similar. So, but I'll go turkey, ham, mashed potato gravy, mac and cheese, and then I'll do the rolls.
Yeah, for me, it'll be. I eat the same things. Like they bring out. People buy 10 different things. I'm only gonna eat the same 4 things.
Yeah. That's funny.
And it's just get me double up on the mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, ham. I love stuffed mushrooms. That's a staple, and I'll kill.
Oh, that's fire.
I'll kill the stuffed mushrooms all the whole day. And cornbread. That's pretty much it. That's all I really eat. Or if there's no cornbread, I'll take a roll. But that's the only thing I want. Yeah. So you could save the green bean casserole. You could save the tuna casserole. Whatever you're making.
That's so funny.
The new TikTok trend. Whatever you're doing. I appreciate the work, ladies.
What about sweet potatoes
and we
yams?
do as men, but don't be upset if nobody's touching it. You know, because
if you try my yams.
Very simple. Yeah, nobody wants the candied yams. Nobody wants the cream corn.
John, you got the sweats on. Did you try my yams?
No.
Come on, sweetheart. No, dude. Oh my gosh.
I'm good off that.
So I'm going to give you my list, and the next, you almost kind of got ahead into the next thing that I was going to bring up. So my list would be, I got to have the ham. You got to have the ham. There's no doubt. Mashed potatoes. Give me the mac. I actually like some sort of like steak or tri-tip. Instead of the turkey. Turkey can go. Turkey can get lost. I hate when we do shit and be like, that's tradition. I don't give a fuck. Nobody's touching it. Nobody's eating. Pre nailed it when he said people started like, they're like, you haven't tried my ham. It's like, or you haven't tried my turkey. And it's just like, yeah, I've tried it all every way, fried, deep fried, baked. It don't matter. It's dry. It's disgusting. Nobody cares. And if you just have it for the aesthetic, congratulations. But it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's not like it's easy to make. It takes forever.
Take the picture and get it.
If you got to dress it up and juice it that much, that means it's probably not good, not naturally.
And people get so worked up where they're like, you haven't tried my turkey. And it's like, I'll bury this shit in butter and fucking leave it for 7 weeks. And it's just like, yo, exactly what you said. If you got to do all that, you don't have to do that to chicken or tri-tippers. Like you don't have to bury, steak in butter for a week. But I will say the most overrated, like we talked about it right now, turkey can go. Green bean casserole, overrated. People just love saying that. You got to have my aunt's green bean casserole. Everyone's aunt's got some secret recipe green bean. Shut the fuck up. The candied yams, the sweet potatoes. See you later.
Good off that. You're just taking a space for the starters.
Exactly.
I'd rather double up on the ham than have some green bean casserole.
One thing I want from
cranberry sauce
is the yams.
Shit.
Yeah, and then obviously my last one would be biscuits or cornbread or whatever. Don't matter. You need something like that.
Yeah.
And then my
His biscuits.
My dessert would be probably
Oh,
like.
the thing I do with biscuits, well,
Hey,
I lay them on the pan.
Go ahead and put 'em on
I
there.
butter them up real quick, and then I just
I already started the biscuits last week, but
smoke
I
them
tried my deep
smoke them for 3
fried
hours.
biscuits.
smoke the biscuits.
I buried them in the backyard 6 months ago.
They got my cherry pellets, just smoking them in 3 hours.
Cherry wood. It really brings
It
out
gotta
the
be cherry.
flavor.
It has to be
smoked.
cherry. It has to be cherry.
And then I think for dessert, I'd probably go. I really don't care if it's pumpkin pie. I don't really do pumpkin pie, but I will do it on Thanksgiving or cheesecake. I'm good.
Cheesecake is
Yeah, cheesecake, pumpkin pie. That's all I need for dessert.
Yeah,
Plain
let's-
cheesecake or-
Light, nothing too sweet.
Yeah.
I'm not very sweet tooth, but those two, I'll kill them.
Brownies are
Mainly
fire.
because the bread. I love the bread, the little crunchy
Bottom-
bread
yeah,
on the pumpkin pie and the cheesecake.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. What else do we got here? I think so. We are going to be just a little programming alert. Our season-long contest is going to be going on through Thanksgiving. We decided to add the Thanksgiving, all 3 Thanksgiving games, and the Black Friday game. Look, a couple people need as many shots at the target
not
as they
that
can. As some people
Just-
in here
just
need
one
as
person.
many shots as they can get at the target. So we're going to be adding 4. Yeah, that's huge. 4 games could get you right back in the ball game. If swings your way, whatever it is. So we're going to be talking about the Green Bay at Lions, the Cowboys, the Chiefs. We're going to be talking about those in the Black Friday games. We also have Wednesday Wisdom we're going to be hitting on right now. And actually, before we get into our Wednesday Wisdom conversation, it got me thinking about something because it has to do with a father wrote in. It was actually like a husband and wife situation. They wrote in disappointed in the person that their son is bringing over. And I'll read you the question in a bit. But before we even get to that, I'm curious about this. When was not when was the last time, but how long do you have to wait until you invite someone over for Thanksgiving dinner? Like, how long have you had to known or been talking or seriously dating? Like, what's your criteria for inviting someone over with the family for Thanksgiving dinner? Because Thanksgiving dinner ain't just no average dinner.
No,
You got
I
your
feel
whole
like-
family a lot of time.
Yeah, I said this earlier. To me, I feel like you should have met at least somebody before, like your sister, your brother, or a private dinner or something. Because like you said, I don't know how other people are Indian families. You can't just bring somebody fresh the first time ever to the biggest dinner of the year. So as far as how long you have to wait, I don't think that. I think it just depends on how close you, like what your relation, where your relationship's at, how close you guys are, what's like the, like what's the status of the relationship is. If it's somebody you're just messing with and it's a time pass situation, I don't think you should bring them in the same year. But if you're like serious and you're older, obviously I think that has a lot to do too, age wise too. If you're older in your 30s, late 20s, your family's gonna know it's something serious.
Yeah.
If you're like 19 and you just met her last week at Casa Tequila and you're like, hey,
As zoomies.
after you're
Let
done,
me get you out of these
after
bottle
you're done
service
serving the
life,
bottles,
baby.
come over.
After you're done serving this bottle. Yeah, we're open on Thanksgiving. I have to wrap this up because we're open on Thanksgiving, so I have to get it out. Get
You
my
guys get the
little
bottles,
my
2 for
little
1,
onesie.
2 for 1. Text me for the bottles, 2 for 1.
the turkey pack.
With
Bring the biscuits. I'll bring the
Thanksgiving
bottles.
pamphlet.
You bring the biscuits.
She
I'll
brought
bring
a
the
bottle
bottles.
of Patron to the party. She's lovely. What do you, John? What's your criteria?
She came over with a pan, a foil, and just 2 Patron bottles. Just
little firecrackers.
Yeah, and the big sign that said Happy Thanksgiving.
Birthday.
all right.
Let's get turned.
Thanksgiving dinner. You got to be in a relationship.
Oh damn!
Everybody has their own families. To really take somebody from their own family, you guys have to be in a relationship. I think when it comes to the holidays and bring them around family, if the deadline I always say is August 1st. If y'all met from August 1st,
For August 1st?
no, August 1st and after.
Okay,
Anything
not
after, that's too soon. That doesn't apply. They don't get
So you
credit.
got to have the summertime love invested in this.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Gotta have some
Yeah,
credit
that's
to
when
that.
you know they're invited to everything else because that's when everybody
feel it.
stops doing their summer shit. May, June, July, August 1st. That's when they want to do the little what's it called? A little holiday fling, and that's cool. But just make sure that's what it is, because by the time end of January, early February come around, that's when it's,
Bye-bye
they back on their summer shit or getting ready for their summer shit.
They're trying cuffed up. They're trying to get cuffed up.
Yeah, I would just
Cuffing
hold your horses on the bring them around to see the fam for the holidays. So
Pre just brought something up where it's like, it's interesting because I hadn't thought about a specific date where it's like, oh, if it's not by August or July, I hadn't thought about that. I go so much off vibes, and I go so much off of, and there's a conversation that we had off air that we'll save for off air. But you brought up a good point about like sometimes you feel like you're more in control of where the relationship is going to go than the other person,
serious,
right? It's like sometimes she likes you more than you like her, and if it's like if you're down to this, she's going to be all in. But I guess for me, it's more of a, because I get scared, man. The reason why I don't have a time on it is more of vibes and play. It's like where do I see this going?
Where does it go after?
Because you got to understand, one, to bring you around my family, that's heavy. That's like, because one, you're going to be asked questions about it after, not just from your family, but also from her. It's like, oh, you got to understand what it does to them mentally. It makes them think that they're now in a different level of the relationship where it's like, we're a thing. Like I met his family, I met his mom, I met his dad, I met his grandma, I met his sisters, families, like all this. And look, to no fault, like they're right. Like that is a big deal. And it's like, do I want to bring you into that? And what message am I sending when I do that? If my intentions aren't to make it a full-time serious thing. And the last thing I'll say on this before I know you got something to say, John, is Preet nailed it where it's like, the reason why I like what you said about investing the summertime, because after summertime, like love lingers and wears. It's like, are they trying to come back now because it's cuffing season? It's like, I need someone during this time of year. I want to Netflix and chill. I want to, now that you're not out doing activities in a bikini at a party, pool party, getting drunk all night. And it's just like, now you're like, well, I want to do more of the cuddling stuff.
More warm.
You got to be your own judge on that.
And you know what? It's a good point that you're bringing up, Vic. And a lot of people, they're going to listen to this and think, oh, the August 1st date, why is that? Just, if I want to do this, if I really want to be in a relationship, why don't I just, those are my intentions, why don't I just bring them around? Because I see them for long term. It's really more for protection of your young situation / relationship. Because even if you do take them serious, you're now putting other people's hands all over your relationship. You're going to have your mom, your dad, everybody putting their little 2 cents. Yep. on your person, whoever it is, your little relationship. Y'all been talking for 3-4 months. You guys are still barely getting to know each other, and now you're allowing other people to get in. And my thing is, you can't underestimate that the opinions of people that are important in your life. It's gonna matter. It's gonna matter to you as much as you say, I don't care, whatever. We'll cut them off. We'll run away together. It's gonna matter to you. And when it's that young and that early, I would say protect it a little bit. Protect a little bit. Make sure you guys have a solid foundation, and then you can start to bring it out to the open world.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
So we'll get back to, the root of that question is our Wednesday wisdom conversation, which we're going to get to. Before we get to that, I want to do our contest picks. We'll come back to the conversation. I just thought it was interesting because you start thinking about it. You're like, should I? Right now is when people are thinking, should I invite him? Should I not? Should I, what about like the holiday Christmas party?
It can mess up the whole dinner,
It can. And it can mess up how you feel about them after.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You're like, my mom hates you. Fuck. I thought you were really cool.
Yeah. That is crazy.
And now you're regretting your decision and you're second guessing it.
And you just,
And now you kind of fall out. Instead of, you know what? Hey, I like what we got going on. Let's let it progress naturally. There's levels to it. Let's not go from level 1 to level 10.
Yo,
I'm a firm believer. I think you should introduce them. Like Vic, you have sisters. Introduce them. Start slow, right? Introduce them to your sister, your brother. Because who knows you better than your own brother and sister, right? They're gonna be like,
see, I have a.
You might be different.
I have a difference of opinion.
Yeah, you might be different. Yeah, but that's for me. I feel like that'll like you introduce your sister. I bet she's cool. She's gonna be like, all right, Vic, I think I like where you guys are at. I see you guys vibing. Now you can bring them to the parents.
See, but then what if they tell you like, you know what? I just didn't think she was your type. But if you're happy,
that depends on how close you are.
Now you're like, wait, what? Like, am I?
No, I get that.
Am I besides myself? Like, being with this girl. Then now I'm second guessing. Now I'm looking at you different.
No, I've seen that too. But it's
a young romance, and you got to protect that. I think.
No, I get what you're saying. To me, it's more of how your relationship is. You're not gonna bring them around your brother or sister that you're not cool with, that are gonna give you bad. Even friends, right? Like you bring them around your best friends. They're like, she's cool, she's vibe. I think you should. maybe introduce your mom first, your dad. Then you can have
The dinner.
Then you can be like, then you can ask. I don't know how. I know how our cultures are pretty similar. I think your parents have a lot of big say, and like I would want my mom to be like, hey, bring her around the family. That's cool.
So that was going to be my next question. What if you're all in with a girl, you bring her, because this is the season of expediting shit. I would normally never think to invite you to a dinner that we're having, but damn, this is Thanksgiving. We've been vibing. And when I normally wouldn't invite you, now I'm doing it because there's this, it's almost like when Valentine's Day comes around, it's like, damn, we're at a really awkward place. Is it too much to ask?
Yeah.
And then, but if I don't, then it's just like, then what message are you sending? I low-key kind of hate that shit where it's like, this is putting a pressure because now she could be sitting there reading the room. It's like, if he asks me, we're all in. If we're not, if he doesn't ask me, then he's telling me we're nothing. Yeah. When it's just like, if it was normally in the middle of July when ain't shit going on, you don't even have these conversations. That's a crazy, to me, that when you brought up, you're like, it could ruin everything. Yeah, because sometimes you could jump in it too soon, or it's like, but if you don't do anything, she's going to be like, he doesn't give a fuck about me.
I don't, well, John said first was cool. I mean, you have your own family, like you're taking somebody, it's too early. If you're in a relationship for 2 months, I think that should be a red flag. You're letting, like the girl, hey, I'll leave my family to go kick it with you. That's not, I think,
Yeah.
Unless you're doing both, like hey, I'll come for a little bit. You come for a little bit. That's cool, but that should be way later down the relationship.
I think you could save New Year's and Valentine's Day for the girl that you really like and want to be with.
Because that's more
us.
Yeah.
Family, that's more.
I feel like Thanksgiving.
Family. That's Thanksgiving. That's Christmas. Any other holidays you celebrate. And
Everyone's
I'm just saying,
different.
You got to be careful with who you allow to have their hands, their fingerprints on your
100%.
On your early romance.
You said it perfect.
Somebody that you're trying to, you at least considering taking them serious.
That's a family. That's a family tradition. Literally, the definition of family tradition is Thanksgiving. You're putting everyone else in a weird situation too.
Big. Okay, last question. What if you're vibing with a girl, feeling her, you make the choice, you're liking where you're going, and mom says, I don't know if I really like her. Is it a deal breaker? What quick answer, yes. Like,
to me,
how do you...
I'm very close to my mom, so I'm gonna say yes. But it's not gonna be like, okay, I don't like her. It's gonna be why. There has to be. I know my mom, so she won't just say that if there's not a legit reason.
Right.
So,
John?
No, it's not a deal breaker, but I would be lying if I said it. I'm not gonna overthink the shit out of it now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, what did she see that I'm missing?
Yeah. What? Yeah, exactly. Where am I?
It has to be a conversation. You got to have a conversation.
That is,
first,
I think about that all the time. I'm like, man, I would hate to really be into a girl, to really like a girl, and then my mom be like, well, I mean, if you like her, then that's cool. Like, oh man, that would kill me. Anyways, let's move on. Let's hit these football games because we got the contest coming up. We're gonna start in, I believe these are in order, right? Green Bay plays first. Yeah, the Lions always get the early game. So Green Bay at the Lions. We're going to add these to the contest so you can make sure if you guys want to play along and you're going to watch the contest as you guys are watching through Thanksgiving. We're going to go through the contest in Green Bay at the Lions. This might be the closest game. I don't know. What's the spread on this? It feels like almost like could be like a pick.
Lions minus 2.5.
Yeah, Lions minus 2.5. Boys, who wants to start? Where you at?
I'll go. As much as I want to take Green Bay, I just don't trust their offense. Jordan Love hasn't been doing anything. I feel like they've been squeezing by with their defense. And same thing with Lions is kind of opposite. Their defense has been allowing a lot of points. But I just feel like if you look at roster for roster, Lions just got a better roster. And they're at home. So I'm going to take the Lions on this one.
John?
I'm going Green Bay. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. You got to hope Vic goes Green Bay too. I'm gonna go Green Bay. I really think I'm not really impressed with the Lions this year. They've been beating up on bad teams. They had Jameis drop over 400, like damn near 400 yards on them.
Hey, Jameis will do that, but our boy don't
Jameis will do that. He for sure will do that. But my thing is, is this more my confidence in Green Bay? No, it's not. I think it's more my lack of confidence in Lions in big games. Yes, they won a big game, last year, but my thing is, I think this is a pivotal one. And I think the Green Bay defense looked really good last week. I think this is just one of those weird ones where
anything could happen.
But I really want to know if Josh Jacobs is going to be back. But I'm gonna bet on that.
Their backup's okay.
That Lions defense. I don't have any faith in them. So
Nah, I see your point.
So I completely. This game is a coin flip. This is going to be one of those games that whatever the result is, you're going to be like, of course that happened. If the Lions win, you're going to be like, they're at home. Jahmyr Gibbs just ran all over them. The Packers defense, their weakness is stopping the run. They don't stop the run all that well. They got a two-headed monster. They're at home. The fast track. They put up the points. They'll give up their points on defense, but I'm going to take the Detroit Lions in this game. Although I'm telling you, this is the game that has split me the most. If Green Bay wins, you're going to be like, they've been having some turmoil. They came off of some weird losses that they shouldn't have had. And this was their get right game. This was their get right game in the division. And trust me, everything that I was fighting internally, I was like, Green Bay, or like I was really leaning Green Bay. Green Bay, they have to get right. It almost feels like a must win. In a must win, when they throw everything on all the meat on the grill, typically it would lean Green Bay. But the Lions are also weird off of wins. They're great off of losses. So I don't trust it. And that's why I'm really conflicted. But give me the Lions at home because of the run game. Let's move on to the Cowboys at Chiefs. Chiefs are going to be favored. I'm not exactly sure by how much. If anybody's got this.
Chiefs are at
Minus
Cowboys,
3.
by the way.
Chiefs. Oh, is it?
You guys
You
guys always get the home game.
we
My
always play at
bad.
home.
My apologies. The Chiefs at the Cowboys. John, you can start this one.
Dallas Cowboys.
Of course.
For real?
Yeah, for real. You know what?
Vic,
Yeah,
you don't wanna
normally,
Oh, we'll shred his ass. in a bit.
normally this is a game I'd be like, no, we're not beating the Chiefs. We never beat them before. We're not going to beat them now. And I think it's only a matter of time. And I think if we're going to get them anytime, it's how they are right now. They have not been impressive. Yes, they find a way to win games, but you know who else finds a way to win games? The Eagles. And we just beat them. So I think the momentum that we're riding on is too high for it to die out this soon. Now, I'm going to jump ahead to next week. Are we going to beat the Lions? I don't think we match up well against them. I don't think we'll beat the Lions, but I think we will beat the Chiefs. And, man, I feel weird about it, though. I don't think it's going to be a 2-point game, a 1-point game, or a 3-point game. I think we're going to get them by 7.
Oh, you talking about belt to ass.
No, I'm not belt to ass. I'm not 14.
Oh,
I say
man.
7 points. It's going to be, it's not going to be 24, 21, 21, 20. That's what everybody's predicting. That's what we all see. If I would bet one of you would call it that way, I'm going to call it 20 to 27. That's what I'm going to give. I'm going to give it 20 to 27 my Cowboys. I don't see them stopping the run or the pass. And you're going to count on them to score 30 points against our defense that they can't run on our defense. So Patrick Mahomes better play out of his fucking mind tomorrow and go for 450 and 4 touchdowns, or else they're going to lose. Realistically, and this is not even trying to be biased Cowboy fans. Normally, I would say we lose these kind of games. Normally I would. But I don't know about this. I think the momentum, we're too high to die out this soon.
Pre.
I think it's gonna be a good game. What the Cowboys did last week, it was impressive. They got a lot of. Obviously, it was against the Raiders, but they did get a lot of pieces back. I always like the Cow. I feel like they had a good team. They always have a good team as far as like players.
Regular season.
Yeah, Chiefs. You guys know how I feel about Chiefs this year. I don't believe in them. They're still the Chiefs. So, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys on this one.
Oh,
Shit.
the Cowboys.
I gotta take.
I thought John was just riding with his little heart. I was like, ain't nobody else gonna be stupid enough to do that.
As long as everyone's healthy, I think their defense got so much better. I've seen it against the Raiders juggernaut offense. They look good.
I don't know if that's the measuring stick you want to use. Did you see what they did to the Raiders offense?
I just don't believe the Chiefs. I don't like where they're at. They're like right now. Because the only reason I took the Cowboys, only thing that I was in between both of them, I told myself I knew they were playing. I didn't know who was at home until today. I told myself I'm gonna take the team that's at home. I feel like the Cowboys are gonna get going a little bit. Also, the league kind of wants to see him winning a little bit, so I feel like that's gonna.
Okay.
So I got the Cowboys there.
So
we know who Vic got.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I'm not picking with my heart. I'm not picking. See, both of you guys have it with your heart.
Because I want to know what he says schematically.
He's a Cowboy fan, and you are a Chiefs hater. So I'm the
only reasonable voice
on this, folks. you got to understand that I think that these two teams are in very similar situations as far as where they are in their season. I feel like they're both kind of almost must win. The Cowboys are riding hot. They came back and won against the Eagles, and that was like a must win. That was almost going to dictate their playoff path, right? Because I feel like their best path now is through the division. A wild card, there's some good teams in the NFC, but the point being is the Chiefs are kind of on the same boat. And if you're telling me two teams that are on the ropes and you're telling me that both teams are in a must-win situation, at least it feels like the season is riding on that, with the Broncos running away with the division, with the AFC, kind of slipping wild card, give me the Chiefs. I saw what they did last week. Both teams had comebacks against good teams. Chiefs came back against the Colts. The Cowboys came back against the Eagles, and if I'm picking one, give me the pedigree, give me the must win, I feel like the Chiefs are just going to reach down and bring out. We saw old Mahomes last week, and I think they do it again this week. And I think it's going to be a good game because the Cowboys offense, but give me the Chiefs in that one. Final game. This is the night game. The Bengals at the Ravens. Boys. Oh, I'm sorry. There's two games, my bad. Bengals at the Ravens. This is the final of the Thursday games. Bengals at the Ravens. I go for it. Oh, Joe. This is interesting because Joe Burrow is coming back.
I'll go. Joe Burrow's coming back. Every time somebody comes back from injury, they always ball out. He has his weapons. They're balling. Obviously, they got a good team. I don't know if T. Higgins is playing or not, so that's going to affect them a little bit. Bengals defense has been playing a little better.
Yeah,
that kind of gets you thinking, but. To me, I mean, obviously, I think Lamar is gonna go crazy that game. I think he's had two pretty average games, so he's gonna kind of insert himself in that game. So I'm taking the Ravens by a landslide.
Landslide, man. Okay.
I think the Ravens win by 2 touchdowns.
By 2, okay.
That's crazy.
I mean, I got the Ravens too, but I would put them on upset watch. If Joe Burrow is playing, I got the Ravens on upset watch. Don't bet this game. If Joe Burrow is playing though, because I don't think. Is he for sure coming back already?
Yeah, they said that he's
playing.
Well, they opened up his window and he was practicing.
Yeah, so if he's playing, I put him on upset watch, even with no T. Higgins, because it makes no sense, right? But that's what the season's been like this the whole year. It doesn't make sense. No, because normally would be right. Like, hey, you got Chase, you got Chase Brown and Jamar Chase, and no T. Higgins. You usually need a full power team to beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ravens are hot right now too.
But so you're expecting a blowout. That's why I don't expect a blowout. Everything I think that makes sense this year is not making sense. So I'm gonna still take the Ravens, but I would put them on upset watch for the Bengals.
I agree with both of you guys. I think the Ravens come out and win it, and there's no way in hell that I would be surprised if Joe Burrow plays again. That the teams get inspired when their leader comes back. When you have one of the top quarterbacks, he's been out all season, and all of a sudden comes back, they get inspired. The defense, it's almost like the defense has been playing better since they announced that he was going to be returning. It's been, 2 weeks they opened up his 21-day window. They've been playing better on defense. They play inspired. But you know who else has been playing better on defense? The Ravens. You know who else has been flowing and winning on a hot streak and must-win situations, and now tied at the top of the division of the AFC North? The Ravens. They're going to try to keep that going. They're going to try to keep that flowing, and I'd like them to win Thursday night.
Good point, Vic. The defense, they've been
getting healthy, man. I've been saying
they've been playing good for like 6 weeks,
and they're just more talented. Like if they're both playing better, give me the more talented
They've been
boys.
playing for 6 weeks straight already. Good. I think they still hold people under like 21.
Yeah, their offense hasn't. I mean, Derrick Henry's been playing okay, but
what do you have the score being? I'm curious.
I think Ravens win like. I think that their offense finally wakes up. I think they win like 28 to like 14, 28-13, something like that.
You, Vic?
I think it's going to be high scoring. I don't know what the spread is on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals cover simply because those division games. And I also wouldn't be surprised if it's somehow like a low scoring game. The defenses are playing good. They know each other. There's familiarity.
To me, only reason I'm saying this is because I feel like the Ravens won last 2-3 games with all defense. Their offense, Derrick Henry's been playing good. Just Lamar hasn't had his numbers. Yeah. Sooner or later, Lamar's not going to get held to 7 fantasy points for 8 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can see that. What about
I can see him running for a touchdown or 2 and then throwing for 2, putting up 28, 30, 31 points easily.
Yeah. Let's get to the Friday game, the Bears at the Eagles. Bears are one of the hottest teams in the league, and the Eagles coming off a devastating loss against the Cowboys. Preet, we'll start with you. Who do you like?
As much as I want to take the Bears here just because I feel like the Eagles are just everywhere, especially like the locker room stuff going on. But if there's going to be a team that's going to blow it, it's the Bears, I feel like. It's a 7-point. Eagles are favored by 7. I think the Bears cover, but I think the Eagles squeeze away with the win. I think the Eagles there.
Give me the Bears. And yeah,
God.
it is because I want it to happen, but I was talking to my boy Al. He's a Bears fan. He says they're different with Ben Johnson. They got healthy guys coming back.
They look good.
They have 6 starters on defense coming back.
Yeah, they had a couple guys out.
So you're telling me you've been playing good and you're gonna get better against this Eagles team that has not been impressive. They've been winning games, yes, but have they been impressive? No, they have not. I think there's trouble in the locker room. I think Saquon just looks depressed. AJ Brown's crying. Jalen Hurts is fucking trash. So, and
I agree with all that.
And then Cooper DeJean and the other white boy was getting cooked all last week by Pickens.
The other
and
white
CeeDee
boy
Lamb.
with
Whoever the hell they got
big
over
breakdown
there.
here. And then Cooper DeJean and the
Cooper
other white
DeJean,
boy over there
whoever
just
they got.
getting
White boys
cooked.
Reed Blankenship. That's a hell of a name, right?
That's,
Wichita, Kansas, born and bred. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is where the Bears really start to open some eyes and they get their signature win. I think I like Ben Johnson, and I like what they showed against the Steelers last week. That showed me they're different. That showed me that they're different.
We lost.
I'm gonna give them this one.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles. So for almost like the same reasons that I said that the Chiefs are in a must-win situation. One of my rules in football in general, when it comes to betting, and we all bet and all that stuff, but a good team that loses in humiliating fashion, the way the Eagles lost last week against the Cowboys, you get a different offense, you get a different focus, you get a different level of, you know what, like we've been bullshitting, like let's lock the fuck back in. We had a 21-0 lead, we lost it. Good teams that are pissed off come back locked in, and when you get a better version of them, so you're not just getting the regular Eagles who are whatever. The Bears, I like the Bears, and I would not be surprised if the Bears win for the reasons about the injuries, the players coming back. And the other thing that scares me about the Eagles is that you look at Jalen Hurts' record without Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson is one of the best linemen in football ever, and he makes a big difference when it comes to the tush push, the run game, all that stuff. So Jalen Hurts' record without him is not as good. They proved it last week. They couldn't hold on to that lead. He's out again. He's out for
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks.
He's gone.
And I don't like that, but so I would take the spread on this is insane. I saw it like 7,
Take the
7.5.
Bears.
7, yeah.
Take
I
the
like the
Bears,
points. I like
The points. I know I said it last night.
Don't do it. Don't.
Money.
No. Move on.
I won't.
Hell no.
But if you want your money back, take
Hell
the Bears.
no.
Take the Bears plus 7. All right.
God, please don't.
All right. So that's going to be
God, no.
our locked in official
I got no
football
more kids
game.
left, brother.
Yeah, I got no more kids.
Jalen Hurts throws 2 interceptions.
Ooh, that's kind of hot. All right, let's get into our Wednesday wisdom conversation because, boys, the question that we got is one that I'm so curious to hear your thoughts on. Ready for the question? This has to do with Thanksgiving and is what we talked about earlier. Listen to this. Vic, I have a 22-year-old doing great with he has a great work ethic. He's driven and he's finishing up school to be an electrical engineer. This year we're getting together for Thanksgiving and he's telling me about this young lady he's inviting. He described her as a driven girl, and when he showed the pictures to me and my wife, we looked at each other and we were slightly disappointed. My wife and I noticed the fake lips, the possible fake butt, and just one of those girls, and those was in all caps. As a parent, what boundaries should we respect, and where should we step in? Thanks. We'll be listening. Happy Thanksgiving. Damn. So this is a tough one because 22 years old is old enough to kind of form your own opinion. And as a parent, you're no longer, this isn't your 16-year-old kid who's like, hey, you know what? Maybe not. But he's an independent man, going to school, electrical engineer, doing his own thing. What limits or what restraints do you have as a parent when you kind of see the pictures were kind of a red flag? All the things that you talk about, like the stereotypical, like fake lips, red hair, all these. I don't want to get too specific with these things, but you know what I'm saying? Like the BBL, all that as a parent, and you see it and you're like, you almost want to be like, son, come on. What, as a parent, how would you handle this and what boundaries would you respect and where would you step in?
I think first of all, I think it's dope that his son actually asked him because he could have just brought her. So they obviously have.
I think he was just telling her, "This is who I'm bringing." He wasn't saying,
they
"Can
have
I?"
that respect with their relationship with each other. They have respect in their relationship with each other to ask each other. I think that's cool. Obviously, when people are close to their parents. So, and then obviously he's 22. He's young. Like I said, he's old enough to make his own decisions, but he's still young. I think to me, it depends on how long the relationship's been going on. Obviously, if this is the first time if he just met her, then as a father, you gotta be like, yo, man, come, let me talk to you. I've been in these situations, or obviously he has more experience than him. I don't know how
that's tough.
Hey,
man.
like this is the first time bringing her around. Another thing is, if she does come around, it also depends on. Obviously, this is a weird question, but like, how is she gonna present herself? How is she gonna dress? Like, usually when girls get stuff like that done, they want to show it off. So she might come over there.
Damn, that's a good point.
With some wild shit on. So hey, have some respect for your mom and the other people here. How's she gonna present herself? And it's tough for him to ask his girl, like, yo, how are you gonna dress before you come?
I wish you would have asked her what she did for like a living.
Yeah.
You said she's driven.
I think that'd be important. Like, if
would
we
say
knew
hold
what
on.
she did.
It's not that it's a big deal in the moment, but it's like, what direction are you heading? Are you also an electrical engineer?
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you got going on?
Or are you at Casa Tequila flashing the lights?
It matters.
Yes. I would say hold off, or I said this earlier, bring her by, like the day before or early in the morning. Let us meet her and see how it's going, so we can tell her what her dress code is.
Look, what I would do as a father is this. There's no way this would be my son. I'd lace him up with too much game and knowledge and information and wisdom to even let this be a thought. But if you're this guy right here, and no offense to this guy right here, but you got to.
This bro just crushed his dad's soul.
No,
offense taken.
You gotta sit down with him, talk to him, son. Hey. And here's the thing: you can't just disregard his feelings and how he feels about her,
absolutely.
And say you don't know anything. I know, because then he's gonna want to rebel against you naturally. Nobody likes to be told that they're in a way incompetent and not smart enough to choose their own partner. Yeah. But I tell him, son, well, let's sit down. Strip her of her beauty that you see, of the body, of the face. Strip her of all that.
It's not hers, but yeah,
and remove her from her physicality. What do you like about her? What is it? And he goes and he probably makes some things up. Okay, you but really just start to listen to him and really let him know that don't let the attraction be the distraction from what you're really trying to get with her. Yeah. If you see her as a long-term partner, because he says that he's serious with her. And if you're serious, well, then you got to be thinking about serious qualities. Can you see her being a mother? Can you see her being nurturing? Can you see her being a wife? Or does she just want a husband? And there's a huge difference. But I would listen to him. I would give her a shot.
Yeah, as a parent, you got to give him a chance.
You have to be, at least make it appear like you're open to her influence and his perspective. Yeah. Right? Not instead of just like, oh, I'm just going to disregard everything that you're saying or this girl that you like. And then go from there. Meet her, blah blah blah. She's probably gonna be a nice girl, right? She's gonna present herself in the best way.
She's gonna play nice that night,
Of course, she's gonna be Miss Perfect and Miss Help with the dishes and things, all that. Things that she read on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. But the real her will probably come out, and you'll never know what happens behind the closed doors. But then I would tell my son, hey, all right, if you're a man and this is what you choose to do, you better be prepared for it. Be prepared for the kind of look she's gonna get. The awkwardness that the room's gonna feel when they see this giant ass and big old titties everywhere.
Your uncles are about to go wild.
Like Drake. I think Drake said type of ass make the whole room feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna be dealing with. Yeah. Can you deal with other men gawking at her and wanting to get her attention?
I just don't. I think it's the wrong holiday to do that.
But my thing is, you got to make him think about those things. Of course, you can tell him, like, hey, this is what it is and what it ain't, but that's not the point. The point is you want him to think for himself.
You want him to, see it himself.
Yeah, like you want to plant the seed, but you want him to pick the fruit. Yeah. So when you let him try to at least get to that conclusion himself. Yeah. But, God bless that kid and hopefully it goes well.
So I think as a parent, it's a tough situation because your experience, your wisdom, the simple experience, just like I've seen it before, is going to lead you to want to step in. But I think John brought up a great point, and I agree with this, where it's like you have to let it play out, because if you tell them no, he's going to be like, you never even gave her a shot. What are you saying no to? I think as a parent, as a dad, because the mom was agreed. It wasn't just the dad who's saying like, I see this and I've no. They both kind of agreed that it was a situation that didn't look good. But I think if you really want to, you almost have to build your ammo. Let her come over. Let her, yeah, she's going to play nice that night. But what if she doesn't? What if she's like, you know what? Like we all thought on the night where everybody pretends to play perfect, she wasn't. She showed up dressed a certain way and then she didn't help with anything. And then, it just wasn't a thing that it was almost, you want to like, instead of saying like, I don't think because blank, blank, and blank. It's like what we saw was something that we didn't like. So it's almost you give her the chance to show who she is. Maybe they're wrong about this. Maybe she is one of these girls who is like just kind of doing these jobs or doing this thing young and getting through school, whatever it is. And that's not like the long-term plan, but you have to it's almost like you can't just base your opinion off of what you think. You have to like, now we have to see it. We can talk about what we saw rather than because I know if somebody told me like, oh, we just don't like her because I think blank and blank. Well, you didn't even meet her. Yeah. So is when you talk about like, that's going to make him rebel. That's what you have no ammo in your ammunition in your, on your side. So I think you got to play it out as much as it's like, you have to let them, certain people at certain ages, you have to let them make the mistakes.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's how they will truly learn instead of someone saying, don't touch the stove. You got to touch the stove.
That's
exactly. And I love that. You're 22 now, son. The choices are yours, but the consequences are already attached.
Yeah. Not to me.
And if you choose to go that route with this type of woman, and you're going to be surprised and wake up one day and say, man, I wish I had a mother for my kids. But all you have is beautiful garbage in your bed.
Beautiful
garbage. That's why
beautiful trash. That's what I call them. There's a lot of beautiful trash out there.
That's why we have a preseason. You don't just go straight to the Super Bowl. There's a preseason. You bring her by. Let us feel her. Let us feel her out.
Whoa, let us feel her.
You can't.
And then dad wants to feel like, hey, let me see what's going on.
Let me feel her out. No, that's why there's a preseason.
She might be down for that. It's like, hold on, I've seen this in the movies that I watch.
You bring her to the preseason. You don't just
bring
go
a little bottle.
Thanksgiving
is
if she brings sparklers and a bottle of Patron, red flag. Get the hell out of there.
No, she's not in. There's a
Welcome
preseason,
to the family.
Bro. You bring her in for the preseason games. You know your personnel. You don't. Thanksgiving is a Super Bowl. That's a Super Bowl dinner.
That is
KYP, bro. Know your personnel.
Know your personnel. But yeah.
Tell me.
Well,
bring her in for the.
Yeah,
for the pre-screening.
Let's give her a tryout.
Pre-screening.
He wants to give her a tryout, but no.
Let me get my metal detector.
It's a tough situation because as a parent, you feel like there's only so much you could do, and trying to balance at that age is 22. It's like they're still young. You know that you can still give them wisdom and knowledge and everything, but they're also old enough to kind of figure that out on their own, or you want them to figure that out. It's interesting. It's
Thanksgiving
gonna be crazy.
Super Bowl,
at
man.
22,
You don't
like Vic, you got to let them put their hand in the fire and see how much it's gonna burn.
Yeah,
but not during the thing. Not Thanksgiving. That's you can't.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have an incredible Thanksgiving. I want to say I'm thankful for every single one of you guys tuning in. I'm thankful for these boys joining me and talking about these topics and talking football and just have fun. The football thing has always been a little bit of a passion project, but I never wanted to do it alone. So you guys coming in and making it happen has been a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to mention anything you guys are thankful for.
Thankful for everyone, man. All our friends, family. Vic, I guess, not the Raiders, but for all the supporters for
thankful
sure.
for them firing Chip Kelly.
Yeah, fat ass Chips Ahoy.
Now, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Wishing everybody many blessings and a safe,
please be safe,
and loving holiday.
Please be safe.
Be good, chill, relax.
Yeah, and
enjoy the latter half.
My advice is be safe
this year and get ready for 2026.
Let's
right
go,
around the corner.
Please be safe. Don't drink and drive.
Happy Thanksgiving. Follow the boys at ILY Say It Back Pod. I'm at Vic D Radio.
Love y'all. Pre_screen 13.
John Anthony XIX.
I love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Say it back,
baby.
Peace.
We got a softball game.
This is after warming up.
I'm cutting that out. I'm not telling anyone.
Play softball.